How about right now? Right now?
You know what I
Right
forgot to
now?
do?
Oh gosh, what'd you forget this time?
Got to open up, mix it up.
Open it up now.
That's what I'm doing, but now I gotta cover your face. Everyone's gonna see it on my screen now.
Gosh.
They're gonna see that I haven't updated it yet.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
been forever. I think that us, this is part of the live experience. We have early mishaps right away. you know.
Well, I mean, it's like you're actually streaming before, and midstream you're going into a live cam.
Not even that. I'm just straight up. It's straight up here. So, first off, how do you like my bandana?
What is it? Like I see white things on it.
They are ghosts,
Oh,
and it says
okay.
"boo."
Ah,
We are in the
boo.
season.
Oh joy, here we go. Pumpkin
Mm-hmm.
theme awaits us. Pumpkin everything is gonna be happening right now.
I used to make fun of my mother, and I used to tell her that you're getting old when you start dress. Like I could tell what holiday is coming up based off of your clothing, and I feel like it's coming full circle because I do that with bandanas now. Like I have I have my pumpkins. I should have wore that one. I had the pumpkin spice bandana. Maybe next week I'll be wearing the pumpkin bandana.
right.
But before we get into how we're doing, let's do a big thank you. This is episode 5 of the DukNilla Gaming Cast. And in case you didn't know, we do have 2 different casts going on now. We do them once a week, each of them. We have a gaming cast, and we also have a football cast.
Yeah,
Football cast is every
boy.
Tuesday. We will be talking about the games, how they went, fantasy. We did what I thought was a pretty good best ball draft. After looking at it, I have some concerns. But
we'll talk about that Tuesday, I guess. Huh?
Yeah, we'll talk about that Tuesday. You're going to want to be there for that if you like football. If not, welcome to the Gaming Cast. Today is all about news. News.
Lots going on, too, in the gaming world. Lots.
But before we get into that, how's your week been?
Man, it's been good. It's been good. A lot of work. It's been super busy, the past few days. Just my parents are in town, so that's been good. But just keeping busy with work and church stuff going on, and parades coming up, and so getting stuff ready for that. So yeah, overall, it's been a pretty good week for us. Kind of the full week of school starting, so we're kind of getting back into the routine, which I'm excited about because that means more stuff I can be doing with this. Whether it's streaming more, whether it's editing, stuff like that. So I want to be able to do some more things with that. So I'm excited about that. But
I know I really want to up my TikTok game, and I really got to learn how to use TikTok. But I'm really behind on that.
We'll work on that.
I feel like such a boomer when I'm like Googling and YouTubing how to make a TikTok video. How to edit a TikTok video. I do.
Oh gosh. Well, first of all, thank everybody for being here too. And I know Chags is in chat already, and like other people that show up and support us. We really appreciate that. I think that's a huge thing. Even throughout the week, I'm talking to you guys, whether it's through gaming or through our Discord, our personal Discords. We're working on a DuckNilla Discord. I'm hoping that'll be ready for next week. That's the plan. Next Tuesday, we'll go live with that because we're gonna have we'll have an NFL section with that as well as a gaming area. So we're gonna have a little bit of both in one Discord. So there's gonna be a lot going in that. There might be some other stuff too upcoming that we've been talking about and we're working on now in the background, and we're looking to really push this pretty heavy here in the next next few
DuckNilla
weeks.
is our brand. We are looking at this very big heads up. I didn't even tell Duck this. I may or may not have been working on the merch store a bit.
Oh, already? All right.
Already?
That's what I'm talking about. That's what's happening. You know, a lot of things are coming up
My
and done.
Teespring might have some DuckNilla gear in there. It's not there right now because I didn't publish it yet, but I've been working on some things.
There you go.
So I'm really excited about that too. You know, I'm really excited for where we're going at on a branding standpoint. You know, we've both at least myself personally, I know I really have taken a step back from streaming just so we can get this off and going. And I haven't given up. I'm still gonna be streaming. I might even stream after this. I don't know yet. But
hey, you know you are. You know we're playing tonight.
Oh, Dead by Daylight?
Nope. No, you mentioned it yesterday. It's happening. It's happening.
No.
Yeah. You better get that stuff downloaded right now.
I can't download and stream. I probably could, honestly, but it was funny when I was editing the video for yesterday. I not that I edit them, I preview them. It was weird. There was a moment where like your screen froze and you were talking.
Yeah.
But your lips weren't moving. I'm like, this dude is either possessed. What is it? A transquilicus? I can't talk.
Yeah, I don't get it either. Are you serious? We're both tongue-tied at the same time? Tranquilizer?
Sometimes
I can't do it.
I don't know.
What is going on?
Transquilicus, the puppet people, okay? I don't know.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
But anyway, how's my week? My week's been fine. Like, this is what I've been doing is, getting this stuff going, talking with you about some of the behind the scenes stuff,
right?
And, working on some merch. So we'll see how that goes. I'm pretty excited. I'm totally ordering a test batch of like everything.
Yeah.
I usually don't do that. I'm just usually like, I have faith in you. And now this one, I'm like, test batch.
Oh man, I got so many things running in the background.
Oh,
not good.
Yeah.
I just had Dr. Disrespect up. I was like, oh, turn them off for right now.
Trying to figure the Tranquilicus. Tranquilicus. I give up. Comments.
Yeah,
fix it.
You're gonna have to someone's gonna have to say it. Like Google, hey Siri.
You know
how
what?
do you say Tranquilicus?
We're moving on to the gaming news. What is
Oh my gosh!
I'm excited for this news though. All right, so big news though. Really big news. I mean, the background already shows it. Tim the Tatman came out with this video where it warmed my heart, got the tears flowing. The jellies. I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it. I love all the memes that were posted after this. Oh my god, it's so good.
I didn't see those. I just watched the videos, but I did not see the memes.
It was so good. There's so many good memes.
Oh my goodness.
And so Tim posted this video about, let me take you to my past. Let's go to his future. His future was basically him saying that he is now exclusively on YouTube, which is actually really exciting. He's not the only one. Him and Dr. Lupo both signed exclusive deals to YouTube. But what is exciting about this for me is they now get to play with Doc.
Right.
And I know Tim was almost even Doc, between Doc and Tim, they both were like near tears because they finally got to play with each other. For
well, not even just him, but Courage JD too, right? Yep. They played a ton. I used to watch them back in the day on Twitch when they played together, and they're playing Fortnite all the time together as a team. It was a fun experience watching them. That was when I first started watching Twitch, right? And it was just cool to watch. They worked well together. They're funny, So not being able to play with each other on different platforms is kind of crazy in itself, but it seemed like they're going to be able to work it out, and so hopefully get to see some good content with them.
It's also important to understand that because Doc was banned from Twitch, Tim was unable to play with Doc because he streams through Twitch. You can't play with banned streamers, which we still don't understand why Doc was banned.
Well, we know,
which I hope we find out.
We don't know. Yeah, we don't know why, but we do know there's some legality things going on with that for sure.
As
So
he said, we're
we'll
suing the crap out of him.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I hope he wins.
Yeah.
And more importantly, I hope we find out, information on why. I mean, I know that's a big problem with streamers is transparency. If you get banned, we want to know why. Not just, as a fan, I want to know why too. Like, if he did something tremendously wrong, I would like to know so I stop supporting him.
Right.
Or if it's not as bad, I can go and help defend him, Oh God, they look like ghosts behind you. It's terrifying.
Sorry, I had to.
Oh, dude, no, it terrified me. I'm watching your screen and I look over and I see just shadows and I'm like,
yeah, though I had some keys in my pocket they needed. So, but yeah, I think like we talked about that one. I had that 1 week ban.
Yeah,
it didn't ever had a chance to fight it, like as if it was something it's something I never did. So I still got banned for something I couldn't take care of. And so them not taking care of the small things like that definitely means they're not going to do anything, in the big realm. So hopefully some answers get taken care of with this, because I feel it's a one-sided thing when it comes to streaming specifically, but we also see this in the gaming world too, and the way games are made. So that's something we can probably talk about later as well.
Absolutely, we are. I mean, my biggest thing is with transparency is like we see certain streamers get we'll call special treatment for incidents that have happened to them multiple times, and they get 3-day bans. But we have people that get banned for a week, and we don't even understand why. It's not right. It's not fair. We want, if especially from a platform, and people take this as a job, as career paths and stuff like that, we need to have better transparency on Twitch. And I'm glad that these guys moved, because maybe now Twitch can step up their game.
Yeah, I think Twitch still has the market to streaming. Okay. And I don't, maybe it's changing, but all they're getting is the big names right now on YouTube. If you go to YouTube right now and look up your favorite game, and compared to the amount of people that are watching on Twitch, it's not even close.
Oh, I mean, taking Tim,
it's a big thing.
I mean, Dr. Lupo's pretty decent, but I think Dr. Lupo's kind of, I think what
Tim averaged maybe 40,000 on Tim's when he was playing Call of Duty, right? So then, and Dr. Lupo was about 9,000 to 10,000 because I watched him quite a bit on Escape from Tarkov. He did others, he does other things too, he does really good charity streams and whatnot. I don't know. We have to see. Their YouTube's gaming site is very clunky.
Yes,
it's not even close to near as polished as Twitch's is. So it's gonna be a big transition for them. I mean, I like Dr. Disrespect. I've been watching him. He's still low on numbers compared to what he was on Twitch. So,
he even mentioned that because of the Twitch things, he's lost out on sponsorships. People have pushed back, questioned what's going on because they didn't have answers. So he lost out. I mean, he's gained some because he's moving on traction. He's building that traction back up. Tim coming in. My hope is that Tim coming to YouTube is going to help push the platform and especially his first stream. He mentioned it. He's like, they gotta polish this up. And I hope YouTube starts to look at it and go, because YouTube can compete. If YouTube just had a browsing page just like Twitch, they would be right on track. I mean, discoverability on YouTube with the algorithms and stuff like that is so good. Right. The problem is people that want to, go from one stream to like another related stream. It's a little bit harder. Like if I want to go from Tim to another popular streamer, if I'm not subscribed to them already, it's hard to discover them without the analytics being like, that's the person for you.
Yeah.
So I mean, I hope that browsing page is the first step for me.
Yeah, they got to do something. They need a front page, because I just typed in YouTube gaming. All it is youtube.com/gaming. So all they did is added another web browser onto the back of it. And then when I went to go look for the games, I was like, I wanted to find them. There's like one line of the games. You can't. It was very. We know the kids nowadays. I have one. Very impatient. If they can't find what they want right off the bat, you're not going to keep them. So they've got to make a separate setting, and they should have did this way before they even got these guys over there. But and I think it's a big thing too, because you think about it. Look at all the signings. Tim the Tatman, Courage JD came over there. Dr. Lupo. I don't know if Dr. Disrespect was signed over there.
He was not.
Or he just went there.
He just went
there.
So,
and we don't know undisclosed. They made millions off of this. Lupo mentioned in his stream that he was going to be set for. His family is set for life.
Yeah.
So they weren't just making nickels. They were making some massive money coming out of this. So, and they're there for a long time. I don't see them ever going anywhere else right now.
Absolutely. I definitely. This is a big move.
We're not going to see YouTube. We're not going to see YouTube crash like Mixer, right?
Yeah.
They're not going anywhere because they have a platform that works well for what they're doing on their. They're working on the shorts. That's coming up and coming too. They're trying to match that with TikTok and Instagram.
I mean, they already have shorts.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
YouTube shorts are. I mean, if anything, they're annoying to me.
No, but they're trying to compete with TikTok and Instagram. And it's up and coming. It's getting better, but they've got to fix their gaming side, or it's going to be very difficult for them in the long term.
My biggest concern with YouTube is that they're trying to do too much. You're trying to like Twitch is a streaming platform.
Yeah,
that's it. And I mean, they do try to branch off, subcategories of like live streams, podcasts, stuff, gaming. There is subcategories, but YouTube is trying to be multiple things.
But
trying
Twitch
to be a Vosh thing, a streaming thing, a shorts thing. Like that's a different, clips are not shorts. Shorts are they're pre-made to be that way. That's my biggest concern, is that they're trying to do too much. That's why I think Facebook gaming's kind of a fail. I know it's not dead.
Yeah.
I know people still watch it, but to me, it's like I think a vast majority of people are turned off by Facebook and turning away from it. So I don't see that as a future. There's a reason they didn't go to Facebook gaming. Right. I'm sure. Do these guys even have a Facebook?
Oh, I'm sure they do.
I'd be willing to bet it's not popular.
Right.
Well, I mean, not a personal account. I'm talking about like a professional gaming account.
Well, yeah, that I don't know. Never looked for it. So.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, I think YouTube. It's Twitch, then YouTube, and I think YouTube's building its brand to get closer and closer. I mean, YouTube has the video marketing, like Monopoly, boom, they own it, of videos. But when it comes to streaming, Twitch still owns it, but they are catching them. And these signings are I hope is just the catalyst, and there's more to come, and we're gonna set fire. All right. With that said, let's move on to some more good news. No Man's Sky. Did you do any research into this guy?
I did not. Just the video that they were talking about it. They made some changes.
Yeah.
Finally.
No Man's Sky's been out for a while. And when it first came out, they promised so much with this game. I've never actually fully played this game. I purchased it. I own this game. I've never played it. I've wanted to, but when I started seeing people talk about it and the things that were promised in it, none of it came true. It was pretty much a lie from the get-go. But they've slowly started to deliver on those promises. A lot of the game was just unplayable early on. Like, we're talking cyberpunk level.
Oh, wow.
But with this newest patch that came out, or expansion, I forgot how they described it, update, whatever it is, they've really pushed forward. And, the reviews have slowly been being positive. I mean, they are now at a 70% all-time positive rating, which is compared to where they were. That's pretty good. And now they're at a 92% positive rating for recent scores on Steam. So it's really impressive. I mean, it's made me open my eyes and want to go back and see how much this game has improved. And you know, I'm tired of survival games, but this one is calling.
I just saw that. It's a survival game, so how are you going to play another survival game?
Well, this one has been calling. You're going to have to explore.
You're going to survive. You're going to have to build bases. You know, and you know me. We've talked about this a couple times. I hate space games.
I know
exploration type. This is almost a SpaceX type of look, but it's almost like, you know, like the difference between Star Trek and Star Wars, right? Mm-hmm. It's got that Star Wars type of feel. It's not a Star Trek superficial, you know, space kind of type of game. There's that. I'm getting a feel that this might be something I would possibly try. Yeah. But I'm sure as heck glad I didn't try it 5 years ago when it was a piece of crap. But the fact that it came back and it's getting better, I hope for them it's a good thing. But you can't say you're gonna do something and not do it. That ticks me off, and I've heard people talking about that. In games in general, it's so frustrating.
It is. And you know, this is not an excuse for them, you know, and it's not really forgiveness, because I think they should have done more for the people that purchased the game. But this is a step to like bettering the situation. You know, they never gave up on it. They continue to want to push to make it, you know, what they promised come true, and they're starting to really do it. And that's really good.
I mean, it's on sale right now.
Yeah, so it is.
That's not a bad thing. It's 50% off. I might have to snag it up, and we might have to try it.
Oh, maybe. All right, now to some more good news. We have Destiny, or Bungie, excuse me. Bungie is hiring for a Destiny TV show and movie.
Oh.
You've never played Destiny?
Yes, no.
Oh my! I mean, it's space. Come on. I mean, it's an FPS space shooter.
So why would
it's a looter shooter.
Have you ever played an FPS space shooter? Why would you even ask me that question? We just talked about it. Did you already forget what we talked about? We talked about this earlier. How we get these rabbit trails. I don't like space shooters. In this one, no, I don't have too much interest.
I actually highly dislike this game. As a WoW player, when I started to play this game, it's made me play, and I just wanted to play WoW. Because there's like, it has the WoW grind to it, where it's like, all right, I gotta go fight a bad guy. All right, I gotta go shoot this guy. Oh, I gotta do this mission. It just felt like WoW, and I'm like, if I'm gonna devote time to it, I would just go play WoW. And I was really big into WoW when it first came out. My wife got really into Destiny and Destiny 2. You know, I did enjoy watching her play, just because, you know, it's also fun to watch your wife play games, because you're just in amazement. But I think this could be a really cool movie or a TV show. So I'm excited to see what comes out of it.
Sure, TV show or movie, I'd probably watch it. With that, I ain't spending a ton of money, right? I'm just gonna watch it. If I don't like the first episode, I won't watch it again.
Oh yeah.
But I never bought the game. I had no interest in that type of playstyle with that game specifically.
All right, let's get into some really bad news.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so yeah, we're gonna bring the tone down. Let's somber it down.
Oh
let's
man,
bring down the atmosphere. So there's a shortage of next-gen game consoles.
Seems like going to be quite a while.
Yeah, I mean, some people were talking about their fulfillments won't be available until 2023, and I looked into this because I'm like, is this true?
It's 2 flipping years away.
It's true.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
They're
having a shortage
how does a company
of parts.
Survive? Yeah.
And on top of that, if you look at the picture above here, so this is something people are really complaining about. So the PS5, Sony is coming out with another version of it, but they're not labeling it as a different version. It is still packaged as a PS5, displayed as a PS5, but the heat sink in this one is way smaller. And if you look at the picture to the left, that's the old one, and if you look at the one on the right, that's the new. Look how much smaller that is.
Now I heard that there's a different model number though. But it's very tiny print on the box.
Yeah, very tiny print. It's not labeled as a new model. It's here's your PS5. So you have to make sure you get that model. I mean, people are still doing tests on them to see how they do. I mean, some people have reported loud humming from the new one, but
like an airplane. It's horrible.
Yeah, it's
and overheating. They're hot. I mean, we know how our computers are when you have a bad fan on it or bad, that's why I had to upgrade mine multiple times because I was having that issue. So this is not a good look for Sony.
This is I mean, the push for next gen consoles to get closer and closer to PC, which I don't think we're gonna be at that level. I mean, the moment we get to that level, you're just gonna have a PC.
Yeah,
like they have to push the envelope to be better, but at the same time they can't get too close because I could just own a PC then.
Consoles will never catch up to PCs. I mean, well, I guess let me take that back because consoles are pretty big, but I think computer, a lot of people gaming wise are going towards PCs because there's more flexible in the gaming wise. How many games are out there? You can play Xbox games on a PC.
The Game Pass you can play on Sony, the PC now.
So you have such a better variety of gaming within the PC. So this really hurts console, especially Sony, because I think they're almost behind Xbox because Xbox is already part of Microsoft. They're already part of the PC gaming.
And we didn't talk about this. We didn't talk about E3 when it came out, but Sony, or not Sony, but Microsoft alongside with Bethesda killed it at E3. By far the best, 100%. They even sold the Game Pass where they're like, listen, see this brand new game coming out, new Halo? Guess what? Free on Game Pass. Hey, see this new Bethesda game? Free on Game Pass. Like, you're telling me on day one, if I have Game Pass, I get to play that game for free?
Well, they were just talking about that. What we were watching that information. I can't remember what game it was, but it came out on PlayStation 4, and then shortly after it came out on PlayStation 5, and you had to buy it still to go into the PS5. What game was that? Do you remember?
No,
what they were talking about?
I don't.
So I mean, so right there's another strike on Sony, and then it all hell broke loose on social media about it because it was another $60 you had to pay for this game that you've already just come out with it. So just another strike for Sony right now. I just think they're not doing too great in my eyes.
And growing up, PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, I was always a PlayStation kid. I hated Xbox, the original Xbox with the Duke controller. I was like, nope, not for me. And then the 360 came out and my hands touched that controller and I fell in love. And I became an Xbox guy since. I haven't always done it right, but the Game Pass, when it came out, I fought hard against it. I lobbied against it. I hated it. And then I actually learned about it and I listened and looked into it deeper. And now it's like the best thing ever. I mean, it is, we talked about, transactions and predatory behavior. I think this is kind of where our my generation's leading to is, look back in the day with cable companies, it used to be about what package you had, like you got the HBO package, you got this package. They don't do that no more. It's all about subscriptions. It's all about, subscribe to this, subscribe to Disney Plus, subscribe to HBO Max, subscribe to Paramount, now it's subscribe to Game Pass.
Peacock, it's like everything is, it's just ridiculous.
I mean, and I hate to admit it because I think it is the Game Pass is a really good purchase. If you're a gamer, I highly suggest you get Game Pass. You make your Microsoft, you could literally play Game Pass on your computer and play all those games right on your PC. And you have access, you have the full library to all of them, as long as you pay your subscription. But let's move on. PS5, meh. Now this one is I did some researching this quite a bit, and this is going into that predatory behavior when we talked about microtransactions. So they call it PEGI. I gotta actually pull up my notes here. Hold on. All right, the Pan-European Game Information. Pan-European Game Information. Okay, so this is equivalent to the ESRB in America. They recently came out with a ruling for Pokemon. And now Pokemon joins Mario 64 on being an 18+ game for in-game purchases, or not for in-game purchases, for in-game purchases and gambling. Oh, I'm sorry, not in-game purchases. Pokemon didn't do the in-game. It was gambling.
No.
It's now 18+ for gambling because it has a slot machine in it. But where I wanted to kind of tie this to is, and when I heard this news, I got fired up because I'm like, this ties into everything we talked about with microtransactions and transactions in general. NBA 2K, which has a literal slot machine in it, doesn't have this rating, and they commented on it.
Yeah,
they said it doesn't have the rating because it's not traditional gambling.
You're not spinning wheel. You're not spinning the wheel or whatever.
You're not putting money into it per spin, which is what they were saying. So Pokemon, you were putting money in trying to gain more. That's traditional gambling. In 2K, you're purchasing in currency to spin the wheel to try and get packs or cards. It's not which to me is ridiculous. And beyond, like, this is like just a prime example of corruption in the open.
Yeah.
Like, how does this get it, or Madden
how much
doesn't
are they getting
get it?
paid off, right? How much money are they getting paid off to be okay to let that slide through? Because that's just ridiculous.
The fact that
because I mean, look at what it says about the PEGI 18. Comes a depiction of gross violence, apparently motiveless killing or violence towards defenseless characters. The glamorization of the use of illegal drugs and explicit sexual activity should also fall into this category. Doesn't say anything about gambling. Their own description says nothing about what they're trying to do. I mean, down below it says gambling, but it doesn't say it within their actual description. So, it's bullcrap.
To me, if Pokemon gets it, why? I mean, out of all the games, Pokemon and Mario 64, why would you not put a game like NBA 2K or Madden Mobile on there for gambling? Like, these games are far more predatory. Like, Pokemon's not preying upon children for gambling.
Right. Yeah,
this is NBA straight 2K up gambling.
They have at a 3. On that category, a 3 is what it's at,
which is crazy. In-game purchases, gambling.
So a 6-year-old can go in and start gambling at any time. It's okay.
Okay.
Within as long as they're playing NBA 2K, they're fine. Ain't no problem with that.
Some people came out with some bags after this. We're looking into the game, and someone's like, "Hey, you're looking at my game right now. Here's some money." I'm like, oh, you know what? We're going to walk away from that one. Hearing this news just really upset me. I mean, the PEGI system is, with this news, just proven to be corrupt. It's unreliable to look at. If I was a parent there, I would have no trust in this to protect my children. I mean, I have problems with the ESRB here in the States, but this is one of those ones where you lose all faith to me. If you can't protect our kids when it comes to gambling and microtransactions that's ridiculous.
It's listed, and I don't know what comparable to us, 12 is on that list, but Mario 64 is a 12, and then it has the gambling underneath it, the little sign. I look up Pokemon, it's not in there, unless
not yet.
Not putting. I might put the little thingamajig in it.
I know it's if the games too with Pokemon. It's if the game is reinstated in its original condition, it's grandfathered in. But if they change anything within the game, it automatically gets hit with that new status.
That's
which is crazy. Peggy 18, Pokemon.
Right.
I mean, for me, NBA should at least be right. I mean, with gambling, I would say 16, but if it has gambling, it should be an 18 automatically, right?
That's what I'm thinking. And their Pokemon's still listed at, I don't. Maybe it's a certain.
It's grandfathered in, so it doesn't get the.
They're
18.
at a 3 and 7. Yeah.
It's not like, so. Say they remade the game exactly how it is. They're grandfathered in at that stage, but if they were to remake the game and add any new features,
no, they have it right here. It's the Pokemon Red version, Yellow, and Blue versions. They have it listed at 12 with gambling. So Europe must be okay to gamble under 18. Is that true? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
You know, is that what we're talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Which makes a whole lot of sense. You're able to gamble at that. And
Peggy is for the it's pan-European game information, so it is the European.
Because even like in Rust is a Russian-based game.
Mm-hmm.
There's gambling, and certain websites you can go to and gamble with your skins, with money too, and it says it's 18 plus. So, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know what to believe anymore.
It was strictly, when I read it and I heard, I watched the video about it. It was pretty infuriating to me that not just that Pokemon could be labeled that, but that you would label that and not label these other games with that kind of rating. It just shows how corrupt that rating system is. Like, to sit there and try to use words like, oh, well, it's traditional. It's traditional gambling, so that's why it gets that code. But like, all right, can we please like take a step back and understand that gambling has evolved? Like, gambling's all about the addiction of the person. And these game companies know that when they roll out loot boxes, packs, which are just loot boxes in my opinion.
And that's gambling.
Or NBA, which literally has a slot machine in it. That's still gambling. Well, let's move on to some more bad news. Oh, wait, it's not bad news at all.
This is the first time we're actually going to talk about Tarkov and not be negative.
Yeah, I'm excited. Tarkov on a good note.
It's given me a little bit of a feeling about playing again sometime soon, maybe. Mostly we're going to talk about some of the tweets that Battlestate Games has put out. I think they're under fire from a lot of this cheating and a lot of the stuff that we've been talking about, not necessarily because we were talking about it.
Oh, no. Duck, don't. They changed everything because we were talking about it. Okay. We talked about it. We brought it up. We put feet to the flame, and they did it because of us. I want some credit on that.
Specifically,
at least 1%.
Let's figure out how we can talk here. September 4th was a big day for Battlestate Games, right? There was a lot of tweeting going out on the Twitters, and one of the biggest ones was, this is the beginning of it right here. It says, "Hello, everybody. It's been a long time without status reports, and it's not meant that we do nothing. On the contrary, we are so immersed in colossal volumes of work that we do not have time to excel." What does that mean?
You know? I know you're big. You want more transparency from them too. Right. I know you have harped that since day one.
That is so hard. Yeah, this is what I was looking for so long. I'm not saying we need to be over the top like some companies are giving you every single detail. There's a Rust server that I play on that's an MMO based server, and they're just pumping out information, and they are so detailed. It's like reading a book on some things, which is not a bad thing. I love that.
I hear we have a book to read this time.
Yeah. No, well, not that very much. So there's some other tweets that are saying this: the next 4 months will be pretty hard and important. We need to provide you a lot of important fixes, changes in content. Actions speak louder than words. That's exactly what we've been talking about. I love hearing that. That right there just makes me gives me goosebumps in the sense they're finally doing something, and they're just talking about it. That's all we were asking for. We weren't asking for anything more. We weren't asking for you to make all the changes right now. but just tell us you're doing something. It was getting frustrating in that point. One of the biggest things right here that we'll talk about and that I love seeing was there are 3 new modules to anti-cheat system to increase AC reaction time and overall cheat detection speed. That sentence was so massive. That's all they needed to be putting out for so long, is that they're actually, I knew they were doing something about the cheating. We all did.
Well, we knew they had to.
We didn't know what, besides they said all they've said before in the past is we've banned thousands of accounts. That's it, right?
Which honestly, they can't sit there and be like, hey, this is how we're working on it and where we're working it. Because the cheaters, the people that develop these cheats, they all of a sudden go, we're working over here now. They understand what they're attacking for you. So it's good that they came out and did this, and they, you know, right before it comes out, they're like, boom, we did it.
Yeah, and what's cool is all this was done on September 4th. So it's like, where has this all been for the past year? You know, why are we now just hearing about let's make this more consistent. Don't make this just a one day, and I'm hoping there's more, you know, coming out about it. Then they also said it's a hot topic right now, although we did a great progress on this issue for the last weeks, but the war is not over. Events, podcasts, and other related activity preparations are coming too. So, yes, they're going to continue to fight it. They're not giving up. As much it is, and we talked about it, as much as it is when Nikita was saying, it's like you're just getting bashed and over and over and over
and especially
again.
when he knows they are working on it, it is hard to hear. But as a fan, a huge fan of this game, and I'm still a baby to this game, where I only picked it up probably a year ago. It might be a little over a year, but I don't know. It's probably been over a year. But I'm still relatively fresh to this game myself, where when you have that cheating experience and someone just annihilates you lose a bunch of stuff, and when it happens over and over and over, it destroys the game for you. And what do us as gamers hate the most? We hate when a game we love gets destroyed by just bull crap. Cheaters is a big one. I'm really big. I love my Madden, but Madden coming out with all these microtransactions, only caring about Ultimate Team. I mean, surprisingly, I think we're going to be talking about Madden soon, and the state of it and how bad it is. I love that game. I love that game. I love John Madden as the person
all the time. Yeah,
and it when our games become complete trash, whether it is become poor lack of developers, cheaters, transactions, stuff like that, it really hurts. Or even lack of content. We love our games, and when we see a game we love like that, we get passionate. We yell out, "Fix the game! I want to have fun again. I want to love the game again."
Yeah, I want to play Tarkov again, but I got to the point where it just, I don't know if it was me just allowing what I'm reading get to my head, but then it was happening. So it wasn't like it was just that, and so it was just a mix of all of it, and I just needed a break. But there are some cool patches coming up. They've already notated a few of those. 12.11.5 is an intermediate patch with fixes and optimizations. We've seen that typical lingo from them. We don't know the details on that yet. I'm assuming that's some other stuff coming up.
I know you hate it, but I love when they don't disclose everything with the patch right away, because I do love that discoverability of the game. I think for most games, I would hate that. Especially games that were very meta-based, where it's like you gotta... It would be equivalent to, like... This is a terrible example, but like Magic the Gathering not releasing the full card list for an upcoming set. I'd be pretty pissed, because it's like, I want to build the best deck, or I want to understand every card and, understand the meta. That's a little different. This, I just want to... it's a discovery game, so you get to discover new things, and I like when they don't put those in. Like when they did the Cultist, they didn't say nothing.
Right.
And I remember telling people, I'm like, dude, I saw a cult. I got stabbed by a dude, and I was terrified. And people are like, shut up, James. That didn't happen. I'm like, dude, I swear. This guy was in all black. He came and stabbed me. Didn't even make a sound. No, it didn't. A couple days later, James is totally cultist in the game. And I'm over here like, I've been saying it from the beginning.
Yeah. No, I'm fine with that kind of stuff. But it's when it comes to the fixes, the issues, the lags, the latency.
Yeah,
They talk a lot about those and
I
show me
agree.
those things like you're actually doing something about it.
Yeah.
If you're if you're bringing stuff into the game that you want to have something special, let us know. There's some special events. Okay, cool. That's fine. Let's figure them out. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
But not when it becomes, if it's a different quest and you changed up the stuff on it, and now we got to figure out what it is. Those things that's just time consuming and annoying to me. That's one of the things I liked what WoW did is just brought in a lot of more streamlined on their questing system. It made it a little bit easier. I don't want to spend all my time going to Wowhead or going to these other places to just try to find it. And I'm not immersed like you are in the lore part of it. It just made it frustrating, and I didn't want to be a part.
Actually, speaking of being immersed in lore, let's do a little update. What did we hear about New Worlds? What did you share with me about New Worlds?
More lore.
Oh, what did I say about I needed from the game?
But that's why I was sending it to you.
I know.
I'm trying to get you hitched.
I got hyped from it. I did. I was like, oh,
I know you did. Yeah.
Because that's what I love lore. I want to be entrenched in your game. I want to know a little bit. I want to, when the camera's off and I'm sitting here thinking I'm my guy and nobody's, nobody can look at me weird.
Right. So, and then 12.11.6 Unity 2019 migration and DLSS support. So we're getting some more background stuff going to be working. That's good. I like the Unity. That's part of the sound too, right? So that is part of the
Speak
sound
English to me, because let's say I know nothing. What are you saying right now? What are you saying?
Unity 2019 is just the background of what the game has ran through.
Okay.
I don't know a ton about it myself, so all I know is that they're fixing that, and I'm hoping some of those issues that we're dealing with latency and I want to say netcode, but I want to say the rubber banding, the stuttering, those kind of things will be fixed through
what
that.
I believe too out of this. So when I read that, what I believed from it was that this is one step. This is one of those steps that they're not saying it because they can't, but I think this is part of correcting the cheating, because now you can't hide in the spot you've been hiding the whole time because it's running in a different way. Program you use to cheat no longer works.
DLSS is a support through NVIDIA.
Mm-hmm.
They're just saying it's an improved deep learning and neural network that boosts frame rates and generates beautiful, sharp images for your games. So that's going to be through those cards.
Yeah, that's
specifically, right? Some of the other stuff they mentioned 12.12.0 Lighthouse location. So they're already saying that's coming out in 12.12. Now we don't know when that 12.12 is going to be happening.
Mm-hmm.
But location, here's like the biggest thing, and I'm hoping it's not just location. That next word's daily quests. I love it. Give me something to do besides working on the quests that you've had for the past 4 years. Give me something different.
That does help. Actually, you know what? I was just about to say that I don't like it because I don't like the dailies. I hate when I sit there and go. My wife talks about doing her duties, which is the Final Fantasy reference for dailies.
Right.
But right. I hate that reference of being like, I got to go. What are you doing? I got to go do my dailies. I feel like it's entrenching you in the game more and entrapping you. I don't like it. But with this whole level cap of 71. Or not level cap, but Kappa at level 71. I need it. They
need to have that kind of stuff. Inertia's coming in. That'll be in 12.12 as well.
Can we get the underbarrel?
Inertia will be in the ETS, which is I'm glad that they have an ETS server that they're doing this all on, and they're finally testing some of the stuff. And some people can get on there and test it for them, which is really cool.
Can we talk real quick about the fact that they have an underbarrel progression skill, but I don't think it'll ever be in the game.
Well, they have 50% of their stuff is a skill that they don't have in the game. This is almost going to that No Man's Sky.
People complain about underbarrel, not underbarrel. How many people complain about the grenade launcher, right?
Yeah,
the underbarrel. I mean, it's gonna be a Reaper. It's gonna be like so expensive.
Right.
And don't get me wrong, I think it's really cool. I would love to see it, but from a game standpoint, I don't know how much I'd love to see it.
Right.
I mean, that ammo needs to be ridiculously priced.
Oh, absolutely.
That barrel probably needs to be, you know, ridiculously priced, which goes into another thing that I love about this game. You cannot buy your way into this game. No. You cannot sit there and be like, you know what? I need $1 billion gold.
I need some rubies, unless you're cheating.
Yeah, unless you're cheating or buying accounts, which are all bannable things.
Mm-hmm.
You get your butt out there and do it the hard way. Right. That's what I like about this game. I really do. The progression system in the game feels real. You know, when there's not cheating, when I sit there and I, like last wipe, when I talked about my progression was to get as many thick item cases as I could possibly get. When people saw that I had 6, it was like, holy crap, how did you, like, dude, are you serious? Like, yeah. And I'm like,
you push for muscle, it, right?
Big flex. You know,
you were broke all the time, but you had all.
No, I was broke.
You had the Louis Vuittons.
What happened to your money? I got 30 mil, bought another thick item case, baby.
It's gone.
What's in that one? Just my keys. That's it. I don't got enough stuff to put in there.
Because we're going to talk about this one at the end. But
okay.
Next weapon malfunction iterations coming back.
Oh yeah, so I heard that.
Another step on that, which is good. Because I think right now it's like a random chance of something happening. It doesn't really matter the percentage. So they just kind of threw something in there, and hopefully that'll fix it and make it a little bit better.
Oh my god! Speaking of that, I did a Fleur run a couple days ago, and I had my my M1A jammed as I'm shooting someone with a Fleur. I mean, they were long way away, but it was like I shot, weapon malfunction. I went to go shoot again. I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? I got the shot lined up. What's going on? And then it hit me, and I'm like, oh my god. And I lost the shot. The guy got away. I missed my opportunity.
Yeah, but it's one of those things that doesn't happen, or if you don't play it enough, or it doesn't happen to you enough, you're like, you forget what it was, and then so you're freaking out and trying to figure out what it was.
Oh yeah. Oh, I was freaking.
So there's some new weapons and other stuff going to be coming. It says too, new weapons and other stuff. There's my.
Wait, say that again. Say that again.
New weapons and other stuff.
Ooh. What's other stuff? I'm excited.
We don't know.
Now, the new weapon, when we talk about new weapons, there's a couple weapons that people have been asking for, right?
Yes, there has been.
Do you remember any of them? We're both terrible on the spot questions, but that's why I asked you.
I don't remember. Do you?
I asked you because I couldn't remember. Well, I'm like, oh crap, Duck, go.
I remember the look. I remember them talking about it, but I can't remember the exact guns.
I mean, there's a few that I know a lot of people would like to see. Personally, I mean, nothing I'm really excited for. Like, you couldn't really. I mean, what makes Tarkov really fun is the customization of guns. Especially the AKs. Some of the AKs just blend together for me. Like, I'm like, that's the same gun to me. You know, even the HK and M4, I'm just like, to me, it's the same gun. You know, I would love to see them add just a straight up M16 in there, because the M16 doesn't go full auto.
Right.
I mean, I guess they have the 8R, but the 8R doesn't go burst.
Right. Right.
That's what I want.
I mean, I like the 8R. That's a TX. Is the same thing. TX15. Those are all they're good guns. You don't like full auto.
Mm-hmm.
I think, I'm hoping the weapon malfunction iteration has some severe setbacks to when you just hold that fire button when it's a full auto.
Here's the thing. Like Tarkov being realistic, right? The full auto, we need it to be realistic in a way where guns don't jam like that often. Now, how they do jam is when you're using bad ammo. I would love to see that. So when you're using bad ammo, you know, which does kind of hurt for the guys that, like, you know, me, you know, I'm bringing in my BT or BP ammo for, you know, my bad ammo. It's got to, you know, it has a higher chance to jam.
Right. And so, and also in patch 12.12, one of the other biggest things, and this is going to be in the ETS test, is VoIP. I think that's a huge addition to the game.
What is it?
That's
Oh,
voice
voice.
over internet IP. Yeah,
No,
VoIP.
I don't
And
want
the
that.
reason why I think it's a great addition, especially for content creators. There's a lot more you can do with that. It's been really, really good in Rust. I don't use it necessarily in there
That's the
much.
thing I hate.
You know,
I mean,
you had fun with it when we were doing it in Rust.
but that's because to me it was a different game. It like if I die in the game, I don't lose my crap. And trust me, I probably won't use it. But as a streamer, I don't want to hear people using offensive language, racist language, sexist language. We're gonna hear that as a streamer, and I don't want to hear that. And it's not like I could sit there and talk to the person and correct them. Not that more than likely that's what they want is the attention anyway.
Right.
But as a streamer, I hate this because it doesn't. What's the positive? We already use Discord to communicate.
Immersive. Yeah, but you're gonna have a different in-game immersive part of it, especially with a lot of communication when you don't play the game a lot with each other, and when whether you're solo and then you want to play with someone duo, and you don't play with them that much. The biggest thing with that is you're always asking, where are you at? And then you can use cues and time. You can use stuff within the game.
I know you're still going to do that. You're still going to do that with that voice thing.
You're still going to have. You'll be able to understand a little bit better where the location is. And I think it's a good change to the game. We'll see. And Nikita wasn't sold on it. He really wasn't. And so it's going to ETS. It's going to test it, and they're going to see if it's worth doing. And if he said if he doesn't like it, he's not putting it in.
Yeah, so I mean, you can tell the hatred in my voice.
There's a chance that it won't be in there. I think it's a good change. All right, I don't know for sure.
I'll give it one positive.
What's going to happen?
The only thing that I think it's good is if I join a random group with a random person, right? I'm able to communicate with that person. So if I join a random game, like looking for a friend to play with, right? And I join a random person, we can communicate in game. That's a little bit better. To me, that's probably the only good thing that I can see that I would like. But for the most part, we all communicate in Discord anyway, and I don't.
I'm gonna bring up a point from chat too, because Tango brought it up when he said AFT by nature and computer power and price will limit the kids at least. I don't think I agree with that, and the reason why Rust has VoIP and it's the same price. It's still $40-$50, and the basic one for EFT is $40-$50. So I think you still can have that. It's a different type of game. I think he's
meaning by so like the difficulty level and the price tag of how much to purchase the game limits how many little kids would play the game versus a game like Rust, which is cheaper in nature, and people, younger kids would be more willing to pay that price to play Rust.
He may have bought it. They may have bought it for $10, but it's not always $10.
Yeah, but I mean, like most kids, I Tarkov being a FPS, I mean, this learning curve for Escape from Tarkov is tremendous. Not many kids these days can actually probably pick up Escape from Tarkov and understand it, play it correctly, and even be good at it.
Right.
I mean, I think that's a big difference between that and
$40 right now. So it's the same price. You can get it on sale. We could do that with Tarkov too. There's sales all the time, is what I'm saying with it. But what I'm saying is, I don't think it's going to get away from that. The only thing that will get away from it is the type of game it is. Some young kids or some people. It doesn't even have to be young people. We have adults that are stupid in this game. We have adults that are stupid in Rust. They think they can, say whatever they want or be, childish and say the stupid things. We're going to get that anywhere. You can turn it off. You don't have to have it on. There's an option to turn it off. So you don't even ever have to use VoIP at all. But you can allow other people have it. So it doesn't hurt to have it because you don't have to use it. Like, I don't use it in Rust all the time. So I don't care what's going on in there. So
for me, it's just hard to, and I'm not trying to, push it down your throat, which I totally am, but not meaning to. But
no, you're not meaning to use bull crap.
I'm not. Better phrase, better way to explain it is I'm not sold on it. I just see too much negative in it. I don't see enough positive, and I don't. I don't see it. Like, I don't see the good it could really bring. I mean, maybe it makes more funner engagement for some people, but I mean, we see how toxic people can be. I mean, there's toxicity in all games. Tarkov has a great community for the general population of Tarkov, but there are some real tryhards that just get like for instance, if like, when does VoIP end? Does it end once they're dead, or when they're dead can they talk to me?
No,
like, is there a time phrase where it's like, boom, I killed him, and they're like, GG? Like, is there, what's the there's a lot of questions I want answered, you know, like, what's the time limit? How long can they do that? How far away can I hear them? I assume it's directional. Yeah, which is another thing. If it is distance based, like, that's not going to be great for people that are playing in a team to use that, because if you're at dorms and I'm over in Sanctuary, I ain't gonna hear you.
No, but it's not meant for that. I mean, you're not gonna hear across the whole map. That would be nuts if that was the case. That would not be a good implementation.
I mean, all right, so VoIP hearing, all right, one way to make it more immersive would be, say for instance, you had to have a headset to talk to someone. Like, the headset actually worked as a headset.
Right.
Where I could talk to you via the headset in game. That would make it more immersive. Now, as a competitive person, never probably going to use it. Just because I would much prefer to us talk on Discord so people don't hear me in game.
Right. Yeah, no, I'm the same way, but I'm saying it as if I probably won't use it at all. I might just test it and see if it even comes in. I wouldn't use it because we have Discord. That doesn't make any sense to me. But if I was playing solo and maybe I wanted to, you know, mess with some people, have a little bit of fun, if I'm just kind of like not playing the game serious and not really caring, it can be fun that way. I'll use it in a clean way because that's just who I am. I know people won't, but we know that is already happening on both ends, because in Rust PvP, you're going to hear everybody's always going to be complaining and griping and calling out names and yelling at you because they just killed you. Well, that just means that's immaturity. You just weren't good at it, and he beat you. You know, we just don't have that type of mentality, that type of feel. I think you're going to see that a little bit more within EFT. So I don't know. It doesn't hurt because you can turn it off. It doesn't have to. You don't have to have it on, right? So you could use it to throw people off within a game. You can, I don't know, you could do a lot with it, as if you could do that in real life. So you don't use Discord in real life. So having that within a real life game that most people think is, which is not even close to.
We're getting to a separate argument here.
I'm just telling you.
I play games to escape reality.
Okay.
I don't want my game to be too realistic. I want it to be immersive and somewhat realistic depending on the game, but it can't get too realistic. You know? I mean, some games you want to be. I think like a Phasmophobia is a great example of a game I want to be more immersed into, you know? Like when I would play Phasmophobia, there's no Discord talk. We turn that off. We're using walkies only, but that's a game I want to be immersed in, and it makes it a better game. I just don't see it.
Why not have it as you have a hardcore option people try to do in Tarkov. You have different play styles that people do. Why not allow it? Why not let them use it? Maybe they don't want to use Discord. Just like you said, is a perfect example of why it would be good in that game, is to make it another hard way of playing the game.
Well, I guess the good doesn't outweigh the bad. The bad to me is more outweighed. Like, to me, some of it's just unnecessary. I guess we'll use the word unnecessary. I think a lot of it's just unnecessary. I think that's what I'm trying to really say. Is I just think it's unnecessary. I don't think it's needed. Could it be fun? Sure. Is there positives to it? Yes, there is. But the negativity of it just is so much bigger, especially for a streamer. I mean, you're not going to disadvantage yourself by not having it on to hear people talking. I mean, you're going to have to if, you know, some people will just do that. But at the same time, you're probably not going to. And then, you also might want to use it just to talk to people, and as a streamer have those engagements that can like make your stream more entertaining and have those moments. That's a plus and a negative, because if you get those people that, start doing some sexist, racist bullcrap, you're kind of walking into it and just don't.
A lot of games
don't like it.
It works for most. It's just all about how they implement it.
Well, like for instance, Call of Duty, right?
How are they gonna have it?
Call of Duty is one of those things. Has it at
Call
when you die.
Call of Duty is just a kill. Yeah, it's just when you die.
When you die, and at the very end of the match, right?
Okay. So all you're getting is the person's reaction to when they're pissed off. That's all you're getting from them. You're not getting anything. How many people are saying GG?
No. Like
they're saying
5%.
Oh, cheater got me, or F this, or something stupid.
No
like that,
F away.
I think that's even worse than VoIP, in my opinion, because you're within VoIP. You're talking prior to that. You're talking within the game, and I like I said, you don't. You can turn it off. It doesn't matter if it's on and off, right? You can have it on and off. Who cares? If you don't want it on, turn it off. Or if I want it on, I'll keep it on, but I don't have to talk in it.
I think
because maybe I do want to hear someone else talking.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a win-win no matter what. If they get it into ETS and they don't think it's good, then great, that's fine.
All right, here's my point.
I don't care either way.
Here's my final point. I'm right, you're wrong. End of story. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Honestly, healthy opinions are great. This is one of those ones we completely disagree on, but it's okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know.
I respect your opinion, Duck, but you're wrong.
Right. No. Because even when someone says, in chat, they say it never works, I don't agree with that. I think that's just not giving it an option to make it work the way it should be.
VoIP does work in some aspects. Phasmophobia is a prime example. It works great.
Yeah, that's just crappy.
Rust is a game that I think also works.
It can't.
Rust to me is also a community game. I think that's why it works better in Rust too, because you're building a community around your base. You're trying to like you need to have that communication with people around you that you're building with, and that's why I think it works really well in Rust, but it doesn't work to me. It's not going to work in Tarkov.
Generalizing Rust as toxic to everybody is not a good thing either. I think it is toxic. Every game, Tarkov
can be toxic in general. I mean, when you give people the access, the ability to talk to people freely on the internet without repercussions, it's going to happen. No matter what. But I mean, like a game like Rust is a perfect example that it is perfect. VoIP is perfect for Rust. That game, I don't think that game is not good just without
PvP. So the problem is a lot of people see Rust as a PvP toxic game. That is the majority of what's going on. It's PvP, right? Most of it is. There's a ton of PvE servers. I play on them all the time, and I use VoIP within that, and it's a great fit because we can communicate with somebody that I'm not in Discord with. I make friends that way. I've actually talked to people that way and play with them within the game that way. So it's all about your mindset and what you think is toxic and what you think is wrong. But I really
some toxic people take toxicity as nothing. Like it's just some people that they're like, oh, it's just normal talking.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you bad mouthing me? Are you belittling me? Right. Oh, that's perfectly fine. I mean, I think as friends, we'll do that to each other. There's gray lines towards each other, but complete strangers is not. That's a completely different story. It's not okay. But getting back on the topic, I do think that VoIP is really good for some games. Rust is actually a really good example, better than Phasmophobia, where VoIP is actually really good. I think without VoIP, Rust is probably not nearly as enjoyable because you can't communicate with people. You can't run out to people, talk to them, like beg for help, team up, I do think that game is much more, I was going to say culture, but that's not the right word. Lost for words here, man. It's much more of a talkative game in a way where it's a social game. That's the word. It's a social game where you have to engage with people and be interactive.
You don't have to. I mean,
I
you don't
mean,
have to have
certain
it on.
servers,
That's
no.
the thing
Well,
is,
that's the difference. In
no,
certain
you
servers,
don't
but
have.
even in the PvP ones, you need to have that kind of stuff on to communicate with other people around you. You don't need it, yes, but that game is like 10 out of 10 better with it on. But I just don't see that kind of atmosphere in Tarkov. I don't see it having that benefit that it does in Rust in Tarkov. I just don't see that. I see too much of the negative, and maybe I am. Maybe I am just, there's those people that when they see negative, they see one negative. There may be 20 good things behind it, but they just see the one negative. Maybe that's the way I'm looking at it right now. Maybe I'm too blinded by that.
Sound like
But
the media.
I don't think I'm wrong on it. I do believe that
Right.
this game, I don't believe the good outweighs the bad for VoIP. I don't. I just don't.
Yeah, we'll see.
I'd be glad to be proven wrong.
Yeah, I don't know, because I mean, if you think about it too, battle state games, EFT is smaller map sizes. If you look at Ark and you look at Rust and you look at a lot of these other survival type games that have VoIP are bigger maps. You're in that map specifically. You're not going to other maps. And the size wise is massive in comparison. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna work. But I think it doesn't hurt to have it.
What's our next point? What's our next update point?
That was the biggest one. That was the last.
That was the one we circled back to.
Well, it said, yeah, and then they say other immediate patches with hot fixes, visual improvements, partially will be pushed onto ETS servers.
You saved that one to drop on me.
Yeah.
You knew I was going to get heated over this one.
Yeah, that's why I saved that one for the last. So they had a lot of stuff come out on September 4th. That was a big post. They have multiple things sent out. They did just do a maintenance. Actually, it was today.
You didn't. I was gonna say you didn't even get into the good notes of the new bullet damage.
Yeah, I was just gonna bring. Well, the blunt.
Can you pull that up?
Well, the blunt ones, I think that's old. That's old news. I think one of the things that I want to talk about now is the blacked out limbs.
Yeah, that's what I was referring to.
That was a thing. I was watching. Who was it? Veritas and Jesse Kazam had Nikita on their podcast, right? And they were talking about how when your head is blacked out, the distribution was not working properly. They felt it wasn't, but none of the development team knew that. How do you not know, that something like that was not working properly? It says, now when a blacked out limb gets shot at, the damage will be distributed across all non-destroyed limbs. Before this, the blacked out parts also counted for distribution, which mitigated some of the overall damage.
Which meant your blacked out limb was taking damage. In a nutshell.
Well, it was, but it wasn't, right? So what it was doing, it was still taking it, but not killing you.
Yeah.
And it was giving less on the actual limbs that were still alive. So now it's even increased the amount of damage. So they actually fixed that. So it says this will eliminate situations when a seriously wounded character would not die after several hits in a blacked out area. So that, I think that's a big change.
Rip Animals back on the menu, boys.
Probably, right? Especially in a vector or something like that. Are you kidding me? MP5. Something with a high fire rate.
I also noticed they recently did they put loot in scattered locations.
They finally moved some stuff around.
Oh, people were finding red cards in gym bags?
I found that before.
They have put
in medical bags,
not medical, gym bags.
Yeah, I found video card or graphics cards.
Not graphics card. Red card. Red
card. I saw you cut out. So
Labs card.
Okay. Oh wow.
They also decided to put like marked room loot. It's now in random rooms and dorms. It's now in like random areas. The gas station
is that live?
Room. I don't know if it's over yet. I
or is that just stuff that they were doing throughout?
It was an event. It was just an event. It was kind of like the events they've had, where like Rashala was on Shoreline.
Well, they put him on another map,
which that's over. He's not there no more.
Yeah.
Those little things, I really enjoy those little things.
Yeah, I think that's good.
By far the best event ever.
Does it make me want to play the game more because now they're finally doing that? No.
I mean, they didn't finally do that.
Oh, look at the last wipe, which yeah,
the
but
best
it took them how long to do that?
What was the best event ever? Let's be honest.
Which one was it for you? I don't know.
Which one was it for you?
Well, I mean, all the bosses on the
that's the one
reserve map.
Your favorite map.
My map, man. I love that.
It's not even my map, but I loved it.
Our percentage of living was very minimal. You know, it was very, very low.
What are you talking about?
Everybody was doing that.
No. This is how every map went. All right, boys, we're loading in. All right, I'm going to the top. I got a fleur. I'm sitting here.
Yeah, we had some pretty good runs, though. We did have some pretty good runs.
They were fun.
They were. That was a fun.
Man, Scav in there was so. But here's the other thing too: is that made it really fun because like cheating didn't feel that extreme then. Like everyone knew wipe was coming anyway, so like I think a lot of the cheaters were probably like, wipe's happening. I'm gonna wait. And you don't want to get exposed before a wipe, right? If you're a hacker or a cheater, you don't want to get your account banned before the wipe. I mean,
right.
It was a good time. Good time.
Yeah. So I mean, that's pretty much it. I've been seeing. You know, they've had a maintenance today, and all it says is they
there was a big update.
Fix
I had
a series of bugs. The game will not stop. You know, it's just one of those things. The game won't stop. You got 10 minutes, and I think one of the biggest things is when you're in a match, and a lot of people don't understand. Now this may have changed, but I haven't because I haven't had it happen to me for a while. Is when it says on the servers undergoing the update, the raid time will be reduced to 10 minutes. You don't have to go to an exfil at that time. It'll automatically exfil. Now, I don't know if that's changed. That used to be the case.
I'm pretty sure I died the last time that happened.
Did you?
Pretty sure.
There was at one point that they had it where I remember not
I spawned in with 4 minutes.
Yeah, not getting out
on one of the server wipes.
And I didn't. I ended up just getting out. So
we had PMC or Scav?
PMC. So I don't know if that's a change now.
Know. I mean, I did PMC in with 10 minutes left and died, so that was fun.
Oh, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was really good.
So overall, you know, we've had some great talks in the past about this, and they're actually doing some stuff about it now. I think a lot of it is you know, the community is really getting frustrated with it, and so some of the bigger streamers are finally saying some stuff about it and are talking to them about it, and they're making some changes for the good, not necessarily for those specific streamers, but you know, they're the ones that are talking to Nikita or have that opportunity to work with him on those things. So that's good. I'm glad seeing it. I mean, I just want to see more of what they're going to be doing.
Absolutely.
Before I go back into it full time.
Oh, me too. I'm totally about to be like, hey, you want to play Tarkov?
I can't today. You know we're playing tonight.
No, I don't know we're playing tonight.
Download it. Let's go.
I'm not playing Fortnite.
Yep.
You know what? If you're watching this on YouTube right now, you can go follow on Twitter. Or not Twitter, on Twitch. You can go to Twitch right now for Little J, you know, twitch.tv/LittleJames13, and you can find out if I end up playing Fortnite. There's no spoiler. You don't know. You can't find out. You won't know unless you go on Twitch right now and find out if I end up playing Fortnite.
Hey, I told my son, so the new season ends on the 10th, that I'd play a match. I need him to give me a W. Okay. I haven't had one yet this season or this chapter. I got one last chapter. That was it. I played it and was done.
If I was at 500 followers right now, I might consider
it. But he's chomping at the bit. Right?
I'm not there yet.
Well,
I can't promise it. But with that said,
what's the holdup?
Let's, you know, maybe I'm not entertaining as much. You know, I don't know. These kids these days, you know, they
right. It's all about the kids.
Oh man, I gotta. But with that said, I just want to say, you know, both of us want to say thank you for coming out to the stream today. checking out the podcast live. If you're here, we really appreciate it. Whether you came in early, you're here now, or you've been here the whole time, thank you so much. It really does mean a lot. And I will say, spoiler, I'm totally streaming something when we get off. I don't know what yet. Could be Dead by Daylight. Yep. Could be Fortnite. The only way to find out is go to twitch.tv/VanillaJames13. But we could also, if you want to go watch Duck play Fortnite, you can go to twitch.tv/Olduk. OLDUK.
Yep. It will be. We're gonna play. Yes, we're gonna play a little Fortnite tonight with my son. So whether it's duos or trios with Vanilla James, I don't know. We'll see.
You never know. You never know what's gonna happen. But also, if you're watching this on YouTube, I just want to say thank you. How's the future? We really appreciate those views. If you're watching this on Twitch, maybe you don't want to follow YouTube and you just want to watch these VODs on Twitch. Hey, I appreciate however you enjoy our content. It means the world to me. I get giggity over one view.
Oh, absolutely.
And I'm so ecstatic. I mean, right now we have single-digit subscribers on YouTube, so you should really go. We're one away from having double.
Dead dubs.
So if someone wants to go drop another sub on the YouTube, get us a double. I'll be so ecstatic. And I hope we look back at this moment where you're like, remember when you got excited over 10? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, boy.
I remember when I got excited over 10 on Twitch. And now I'm almost pushing 500. I feel ecstatic.
Right.
And I know I'm going to look back on that and be like, remember when I had that? Yeah, that was funny. But again, however you enjoy our content, we really appreciate that. And our next live cast will be on Tuesday. We will be having the NFL cast, DukNilla NFL cast, where we'll be talking about each game. We'll be talking about our picks we took. We'll be talking about our best ball team. We'll also, on Wednesday, be doing another DukNilla Gaming cast. So look out for those. You never know what we're coming in with. I definitely think we're going to be doing a lot more news on the DukNilla Gaming Cast. If it's not the full episode, we're definitely going to be dipping into keeping up more on the hot topics. That way we can talk about them and keep everybody else informed. You know, maybe this could be your place for news.
Yeah, let us know. Let us know what you like to play too. Whether it's in the comments on YouTube on this episod number 5, right?
5. Yeah.
So throw some comments in there, some games that you like. We are working hard. I'll be working hard at getting a Discord set up for DukNilla, hopefully by next Tuesday. That is the goal. It will have both our gaming and it will have our NFL on there as well. So hardly working, right? We're trying, man. I'm trying.
So to be honest with you,
we want to be able to interact with you guys in there.
So I'll probably be working on it tomorrow.
Hey, I'll get it.
I'm making a literal note right now. Gaming news tab on Discord.
Tomorrow morning, we're gonna do it. Let's do it.
All right. So, with that said, everybody have a good night, and we will see you on Tuesday. Unless you come watch us live on Twitch. I will be streaming after this, and I will probably be on this weekend. Definitely not on Sunday because Sunday is now sacred until about January.
And Thursday nights.
And Thursday nights, yeah. And Monday nights.
And Sunday nights.
Sunday nights. Yeah, my wife. I tell my wife every football season, only listen, I don't exist.
Yeah.
Okay, we ain't going nowhere. No, I don't want to watch a show with you.
Right?
No, you cannot watch TV. I'm not cooking dinner.
You better order something.
Sitting there. Yeah. But have a good night, everybody.
Look at that. Fortnite.
I'm totally probably going to play Fortnite.